What is the biggest reason why new business owners fail? It's because they come up with their own idea from their own head and their own life and their own job. They say, I'm good at this, so I'm going to go sell this. So I'm good at computers. I'm good at accounting. I'm good at, tool and die work. I'm good at, stenography. I'm good at whatever their job is or whatever their history is or whatever their skill sets are. I'm good at this thing. So I'm going to go out to the marketplace and I'm going to get on the phone or run ads or do DMs. And I'm going to try to convince people to let me do this for them because they need to do it. They need to do what I want them to do. And you take your desires and you pressure them and you push them onto the marketplace. And then you don't make any money, big shock. And then you go out of business and you go back to your 9-to-5 job. I have seen for the past, 35 years, even when I was an employee, people who would, try to start a business, they maybe quit their jobs. They would try to, I'm good at this, please buy this thing I'm good at. And they would fail. And 6 months later, year later, they go back to a 9-to-5 job or their wives yell at them, we need to pay our bills. Okay, I'm sorry. And they go back to their jobs. That's not what you do. Instead, as I've already talked about many times, 90-day business builder, you identify a need and a niche and you satisfy that need. But then you're going to think, well, wait a minute, how does that, Caleb, wait a minute, how does that work? You have this employee mindset. You say, well, how does that work what if I don't know how to solve their problem? I have this skill. I don't have that skill. I don't have every skill. What if I don't know? What if they say something that's really expensive? What if they say something where I have to physically go there? Don't you teach location dependent? What if I have to physically go there? What if? And then you never make any money because you're sitting around like a big lissig going, what if? Stop with the what if. It doesn't matter. I'll give you some real statistics. We've been running 90-day Business Builder for many years, and I've been working with people many years before that, and Billy's been working with many people before that. We have a lot of experience doing this. When you do this process where you identify a narrow niche and you ask them what their problem is, you get consensus from 5 people, and then you develop what to sell because you're selling something they already want. About 70% of the time or so, that may not be an exact figure, but pretty close, you will have the knowledge and the technical know-how and the ability to solve or alleviate that problem. It's about 70%. And in many cases, some guys do this. You can just go on YouTube or use AI and learn the parts you don't know. Great. The example I've used back in the olden days, in the 90s, pre-internet, is I would work with consultants who charged a lot of money, thousands of dollars. These people were rich consultants. And they would go to a company and they say, what's your problem? And the CEO would say, well, our biggest problem is this. They go, okay, I'll fix it. You will? Yeah. $20,000. You don't charge $20,000 for your first client. But you get my point. Well, you can. Guys have. They'd quote this giant price and they get hired. They didn't know how to fix the problem. They had no idea. And what they would do is they'd go down to the library. I'm not suggesting you do this. I'm just giving you an example to broaden your horizons a little bit so you can understand this, so you can make money and quit your 9-to-5 job. They would go down to the library and they spend the whole Saturday weekend there and they would read stuff. Read books, read articles, read old magazines. They used to have microfiche, that thing you used to roll back in the old days pre-internet, right? And they would learn how to solve the problem. And then they go in Monday morning and work on it and solve or alleviate the problem. So you can learn this stuff too. But I'm saying around 70% of the time, whatever the niche says their problem is, you probably have the ability, the talents, the skill set to fix it or fix most of it. And maybe you learn a little bit from YouTube and things like that. 70%. But what if I don't know it? 70%. Now, 30%. What about the 30% if I don't know how to? Okay, what you do then is you take a deep breath and relax and stop thinking, going, what if? That's why all you listigs are poor. That's why so many of you are smarter than me and more talented than me and make a teeny tiny fraction of my income, because I'm not afraid of making mistakes and you're terrified because you've been an employee your whole life and raised in the school system, which has taught you how to be a big pussy. Okay, so what you do is, if you don't know how to do it, you go on Upwork.com, and there is others. There's Freelancer.com. There's a few. Okay, Upwork is the best. It's the biggest one. And you say, hey, I need and it's always an administrative person or a technical person. I need a blank who knows exactly how to fix this blank problem. And you describe the problem, you press enter, you wait 12 hours, 24 hours, you go back, you're gonna have a giant list of people who know exactly how to solve that problem, and they'll charge you like $100, $200, $500, $80 in some, $40 sometimes, because they're in Bangladesh or Philippines or India or wherever. And you're like, you look at the star ratings, you pick the best one, you bring them on, you say, you don't pay them yet. You say, all right, stand by. I'm gonna give you business, stand by. You ready? Okay. Then you go tell your niche, do you have this problem? Yes. Hire them. You bring them on, they hire you, they pay you, you have your admin person or your tech person come in and do the work, you make sure the client is happy, you pay the admin person a small fraction of what you got paid, and then you make money. I have made literally millions of dollars doing exactly this, where I was helping clients do things that I didn't know how to do. My favorite example is I used to sell clients on database programming. I'm not a coder. I don't know how to do database programming. I know how to use Microsoft Access, and that was it. And I just go to the client and say, what do you want your database to do? Okay, I want it to do this and this and this and have this screen. I want to press a button and run a report that has this. Great. I would go to my coders, my developers, and say, okay, I want the database to look this, 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 and press a button, do this. Do it. And I pay them, let's see, I pay them less than 30, I pay about 35% of what the client was paying me. Then I go to the client when they were done. Does this look good? Perfect. Awesome. Clients pays me. I pay them. It doesn't cost me any money. I make money. Coders make money. Clients happy. And I did not know how to do it. But again, 70% of the time, you probably will know how to do it. Stop worrying about what if and stop fantasizing about these negative things that never fucking happen. You know Dan Pena, okay? Those of you know who he is. He had a student who made like millions of dollars by the time he was like 20 years old, this little Asian kid. And so Dan Pena brought on this Asian guy to answer questions from Dan Pena's audience about how he did it and all that stuff. And when this very successful student of Dan Pena came back, and Dan Pena said, what is your experience talking to the guys? This guy said something very interesting. He goes, you know what? Almost maybe 90% of the questions I got was shit that never happens. Well, what if this, and what if that, and what if this, and what if that, but what happens to this? But if they say this, then what do you? He's like, that doesn't happen. You guys, most of you, fantasize about negative shit that never happens, and then you don't take action. And then you never get the money, and you're stuck in your collapsing Western country and your stupid 9-to-5 job. Because you're thinking about what if, of things that never happen. What if they say, this is the problem, Caleb, then what do I do? Shut the fuck up and get on the phone and ask them. And I think you'll be surprised. Oh, I could do that. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, that's how this works. If you need help, and a lot of you do, getting over this mental hump and the physical hump of getting these clients, 90daybizbuilder.com, 90-Day Business Builder 3.0. It's available right now, but only for like, I think 3 more days. The deadline is Monday night, September 1st. And you sign up, you do what we say, you get clients in 7 weeks, starting from scratch, starting from zero. If you dumb some of my other programs, like the 90-Day Business Builder Rapid, like the Zero to Clients, you're already ahead of schedule. You could skip ahead several weeks. You might get clients in less than 7 weeks. We guarantee you'll get clients in 90 days because you will. And lots of people already have. You go to that 90daybizbuilder.com or click the link wherever you see it. You can see all the case studies there. If you want to join us so we can get you those clients in 7 weeks, thousands of dollars of paying clients in just a few weeks to get over this hump so you can get this part of your life handled and get this done, click the link wherever you see it or go to 90daybizbuilder.com and you can schedule a call. You better hurry up though, because you can't schedule the call Monday night. That's the deadline to sign up. You've got to sign up by Monday night because we're starting the new cohort, the new curriculum a week after that. On that Saturday, I'll be doing that first session. If you already know you want to join, you're like, no, I got it. I want to join this. I'm down. And you're pretty sure you can afford it. It's several $1,000s, but you can make payments under certain conditions. There is, if you click the link, 90daybizbuilder.com, there is a WhatsApp phone number you can send a WhatsApp to. It goes to this phone right here. It goes right to me. You can ask me any questions you want about 90-Day Business Builder, nothing else, please. Respect my time, please. Ask me that, and we'll ask whatever you need, and we'll get you onboarded. Time is of the essence. Can't talk. Time is of the essence. You can't fuck around with this anymore. Click the link, schedule a call, or send me a WhatsApp, and get this done. We've changed the whole program to get your clients within 7 weeks now, not 90 days. If it takes 90 days, okay, great. We guarantee 90 days because we know this works. 90daybizbuilder.com. Click the link, sign up, do what we tell you, get paid. It's that simple within a few weeks. Sign up and maybe I'll be seeing you in about a week.